I've often wondered to myself, why do people go to the doctor? I know, it seems like it might be just an easy question. We go to the doctor and they're going to tell us what's wrong with us and then they're going to fix us. And over time, I'm going, are you guys seeing what I'm seeing? I've spent 26 plus years in this business. It's a business, And people come in, and let's just start with the eyes. They go to their doctor, and they got cataracts or they got macular degeneration. And we just give them a new lens, we take their cataracts away, and away they go. Or they get a thyroid problem, and we diagnose that thyroid problem. We just simply give them some T4 or some T3 or both. And then what about the heart? You go in, you have a heart attack, and we say, gosh, in order to prevent another heart attack, we should put you on this medication. Or your kidneys are just slowly getting bad. Okay, the kidney function's going down. Your estimated glomerular filtration rate, your eGFR, it's just getting worse over time. And they say, oh, you know what? It's not that bad. Or the veins in your legs are starting to pop out and they're starting to become more painful and you're getting swelling. Well, wear some compression socks and here's a diuretic and it can get rid of the fluid in your legs. You guys, we're going to a doctor, and are they really solving anything for you? What are they doing for you? Are they just kind of moving you along to death? Because what if you had all of those symptoms? You got cataracts, you got a little heart disease, your kidneys are starting to fail, you got some swelling in your lower extremities, you're a little short of breath, you can't sleep very well, you're starting to lose your memory. The short-term memory goes first. So you just start taking some Prevagen. Is this the treatment for the diseases that you're getting or the disorders? What kind of track record do doctors have? They're not preventing anything. Everybody's still having to go to the doctor and everybody's being diagnosed with something. So they're not really preventing you from getting sick or having a disorder. Now, why is that? Is it simply just ignorance? Or is it willful neglect? Let me give you an example, okay? If we look at the population, and the population in terms of heart attacks, and we watch these people over time. We're going to watch them over 10 years. And we're just going to look at a variable such as your weight. And we're going to measure your weight at the beginning. And we're going to measure weight throughout the study of 10 years. And then we're going to watch and see if you have a heart attack. And we're going to determine that by looking at this study, that if more people who are overweight have heart attacks, then we can say obesity is the cause of heart attacks. But you and I know that that is silly because we've seen skinny people have heart attacks. We've also seen overweight, obese people have heart attacks. So is that a good correlation? Let me give you another example. LDL. You and I both know that having LDL does not really correlate with having heart attacks, because even if you're lowering your LDL or naturally have low LDL, you still have heart attacks. Vice versa. You could have high LDL and it will show a heart attack. So which is it? Does obesity cause heart attacks? Does LDL cause heart attacks? But The doctor is only looking at variables. They've been taught to treat a variable. You have obesity, here's your obesity medicine. You have diabetes, here's your diabetes medicine. You have high blood pressure, here's your high blood pressure medicine. As if you have a deficiency of Wegovy, you have a deficiency of metformin, you have a deficiency of atorvastatin, you have a deficiency of losartan. What is the cause of all of the variables? Is anyone looking? Again, is it ignorance? And that's crimes against humanity. You're relying on your doctor to diagnose you and prevent you from having an event. You're relying on them to be so educated that they can tell you what is wrong with your body and you can fix it. But are they telling you? Is it complete ignorance, lack of knowledge, or is it willful negligence? Or is it both? Are doctors willfully neglecting to tell you about your diet, about your exercise, about your sleep, about your joy? Or are they just saying that you have a deficiency of metformin, a deficiency of Wegovy, a deficiency of losartan, a deficiency of atorvastatin, and giving you those things in hopes that it is going to prevent your high blood pressure, your heart attack, your cataracts, your dementia, your diabetes? I mean, really, would you go to a mechanic who simply just treated your muffler because it was rattling? He saw a little tear in the pipe, a little separation, so he just replaces the pipe. But you get back in your car and you still hear the rattle. No, you would find a new mechanic, wouldn't you? But what if all the mechanics were the same, just like the doctors? Again, is it ignorance? All taught wrong? All taught the same thing? Or is it willful neglect? I know the answer, but I don't have time. Just take the medicine because you're not going to get better. It's a lost cause. It's going to probably cause your death. So you go to the kidney doctor. Oh yeah, your GFR is getting worse, but it's not that bad. This is normal process of aging. Your kidneys are just going to fail. Well, how do I stop it, doctor? Well, just take this medicine. It'll prevent or slow down the process of it getting worse. Well, what about my heart, doctor? Well, you see, you've had your first event, and it's shown in studies that it's LDL. So we're just going to give you this medicine, and we're going to prevent the LDL from getting too high. Oh, so that's going to stop a heart attack? Well, in most cases. And then what about the cataracts? Well, I'm just going to go to the eye doctor. Yeah, you got cataracts. So they take them out, they give you a new lens, and you're just good to go again. But yet, maybe you just can't see up close. Well, you know what? We treated the worst case scenario, but you can wear some reading glasses and everything will be okay. You guys, willful neglect, ignorance, or both? What is the root cause of all of these things? Did any of the doctors, with the eye doctor, did they talk about your diet? Did they ever say that macular degeneration or cataracts could be caused by glycation, a sugar with a protein in your eyeballs? No. How about those kidneys? Did anybody ever tell you that your diet full of carbohydrates, sugar, and raising of insulin lead to your kidney disease? No, they probably blamed it on your high blood pressure. Which, by the way, did anybody tell you your high blood pressure could be caused by eating a bunch of carbohydrates that raises blood sugar, that raises insulin, that causes water retention and salt retention? No. How about that heart? Did the doctor ever say, your LDL is high, I'm going to give you this medication, and it's going to prevent you from having a heart attack, but yet, people with low LDLs still have heart attacks. Did they ever say that, hey, you know what? Your diet is full of carbohydrates. It raises blood sugar, which raises insulin, which causes a strain on your heart, which leads to coronary artery disease, which is the arteries. If you have constant injury, you're ruining the glycocalyx, the smooth inner layer, that jelly-like layer that's supposed to be protective. And if that's gone, then it gets to the endothelial cells and damages those, and then they can't produce nitric oxide. You can't vasodilate. No, they didn't tell you any of that stuff. Is that ignorance, or is that willful neglect, or is it both? Why are we going to someone who's kicking the can down the road, telling you you have a deficiency of metformin, a deficiency of atorvastatin, a deficiency of losartan, a deficiency of a brain medicine for dementia? Geez, I'm having a brain fart here. But you guys, think about it. What if somebody brought a lawsuit up against all doctors, all the corporations, all the hospitals who kicked the can down the road? They never did tell you that what you're putting in your mouth is the cause of your diseases. Now, sure, you're going to tell me genetics plays a role. Your environment plays a role. You can't change your genetics, right? You can change a few other things. But you weren't told. If you didn't have enough information, how are you supposed to make a good decision on how to move forward? You weren't given all of the information to make a decision. You trusted the powers that be, the educated person. Are they really educated? Is it ignorance? They weren't given all of the information to make a good decision. They were just given just some of the information. That's how we were taught. I mean, it's crazy to think that you've been putting your trust in a doctor who was only given a tiny little bit of information. And they were made to make a decision with very little information. And now they share that information with you, and you are given even less information to make a good decision. Wouldn't you rely on the doctor who's highly educated to keep educating themselves, maybe look outside the box, maybe wonder, hey, why are all heart attacks still happening and we're lowering all the LDLs down to 40? Oh, it's just too late. We just caught him too late. Ignorance or willful neglect? Think about this, you guys. Have a great day. It's good to be back. See ya.